Well, here I am in the office at Tate Britain, and I've got John Stack, who's the editor of Tate Online, and we've come down to talk to him.
Yeah, so Tate's kind of remit is set out in an Act of Parliament from 1992, which is to increase understanding and knowledge of art. So it's incredibly broad, and anything that we can do that kind of aligns with that strategically is, is seen as kind of slotting into that kind of remit. So, I mean, obviously, so this does that where we're asking people to sort of get involved, and they're learning about, drawing people into the sort of history of British photography and how they fit into it, essentially, because you are, by taking part in this project, part of the exhibition. So, be that whether you're one of the final 40 or not. In terms of sort of what the website will be, I mean, it's a kind of many things to many people. So it's a marketing tool, it's a kind of output tool for serious academic research. You know, increasingly it's a place for watching video, and that's an area which we've kind of invested heavily. So we bought an editing suite, and so I mean, Tate Shots is the first ongoing output of that. So it's our video download sort of podcast, which is when last week we had 20,000 downloads. So it's pretty amazing. And but I think more, I mean, going forward, we're starting to see it, instead of it just being kind of like a brochure which just says, here's what we're doing, come, or here's what we've researched, read it. It needs to be interactive, and increasingly, I mean, what we're sort of discussing is the best place for that interaction actually not on Tate's website, but on partner websites where people are already having those kind of interactions, and where they're already, so be it Flickr or MySpace, Bebo or YouTube or whatever. This time next year, Facebook will be old news, right? And there'll be something else. Or I mean, Second Life is something that's discussed. I mean, the thing about Second Life is it's an enormous investment, because we don't have Second Life developers. We have HTML programmers and JavaScript developers. So, we need to. We're keen to work in those spaces because that's where the people are, and we're about reaching the people and getting them involved in what Tate does.
How you feel the virtual world, use of the virtual world, and what its impact is on the real world gallery, and how that, because this space here is a perfect example, I think, of where it's almost like a reflection of your web page. Embedded, you actually embedded Flickr into the website,
exactly.
And then you embedded it physically into the wall, and then it manifests itself in the real world gallery.
Yeah, it's because when a photo was on there, it was simultaneous. It was actually, as you say, it was an exact mirror of what's on the site. So you were simultaneous. If you saw your photo here,
it was in the gallery.
It was in the gallery at that exact moment in time. So
that's a really nice relationship, isn't it? There, so. And as we all know, so many people that can't get to London or can't come here and stuff, but then they're participating directly. I think it's very powerful.
Well, I think the website's lots of different things. I mean, really, we want to encourage people to go to Tate Britain or Tate Modern or Tate Liverpool or Tate Live, and we want them to see art, and sort of, because the art is about actually seeing it. Like an online version is never going to be the same thing. I mean, in this case, it is, because it's on Flickr, it's virtual on our website, it's virtual in the gallery. So in this case, it actually was. But in most cases, we want people to go and see the art, and our artworks go on tour, and that enables them to reach a broader audience. So shows go on tour, we learn out to other exhibitions, internationally and nationally. Developing new audiences is quite a big thing for Tate, because as you imagine, mostly, it's white middle class people that come to Tate, and that. So how do you reach out those new audiences? And of course, things like this, where there are so in this case, it's an audience of people that love photos. But what if it was next time something else, music lovers, or sort of young people. So these websites offer an opportunity if the project is thought of in the right way and handled with care and thoughtfulness, that you can
exactly
do those things off your site.
How does Tate relate to its friends? Do you know about that side of things?
Kind of. I mean, it's part of Tate Online is part of Tate Media, and Tate members is a part of sort of sit within the same division. So very much, and the marketing department is also part of this whole division. So, how do we communicate with people? Obviously, we're moving more and more away from paper-based mailings because of the expense and the waste of paper, essentially, and energy. Email bulletins is obviously something that we do and are sort of developing. So we send like 350,000 email bulletins a month. In terms of like spaces in which we communicate with people, I guess what we are thinking, the old way of sort of thinking about the website is everyone comes to you and kind of reacts and interacts within this space. So you create a space for them. But even with resources that we have at our disposal within my team, which is like 20 people, we can't do what we would want to do. Okay, so there's lots of these sites, so there's Flickr, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, Bebo, so we, Penguin Club, so these community websites, Second Life. So these community websites, and essentially many of them are all the same, that you have a profile page, and that you make relationships with people, and you potentially upload content and tag that content, and it appears in searches, or you hide and show it from friends and so on. So we're very interested in how we can work with audiences there, and how we can increase knowledge and understanding of art by working in those spaces. So, obviously this is the best example of the moment, because it's incredibly successful. The community of Flickr users in the UK all ran it around, and they all, it started off with just like everyone in the department. We were like, you upload your photos, email your friends, tell them all, because then we were like, on Monday we're going to launch this thing. So like over the weekend, we did loads of testing, and over the weekend, like everyone emailed all their friends, and we uploaded enough, so there was a kind of, there were 100 there before we started.